This week on Punk Rock Foodies Radio, we talk about cheese and interview with PRFer Sheena Kelly.
Broadcasting from the Vicious Pig Saloon in downtown Mattersville, this is your one-stop shop for everything punk rock, food, and, well, that's pretty much it. Ladies and gentlemen, your hosts for Punk Rock Foodies Radio, Skate Rat Betty, Steve Guerrero, Brian Reinhardt, and here's the asshole in charge, Xander T.
Hey, and that was Transgender Dysphoria Blues by Against Me, and you are listening to Punk Rock Foodies Radio, coming at you from the Vicious Pig Saloon. I am the asshole in charge, Xander T, and here with me as always is...
Hey, what's up? It's Skate Rat Betty.
And I'm Brian Reinhardt. I'm the other guy.
And for those of you who don't know, Punk Rock Foodies is a Facebook group on Facebook. Yeah, it's a thing.
More of an idea.
It's intellectual property.
Yeah.
So come on, join us. It doesn't cost anything. All are welcome as long as you're posting pictures of food that you created or are about to eat, and if you're into punk rock and don't mind getting your balls broken every now and then. So come on.
And don't just pimp your shit.
Yeah, I banned somebody today.
And no Pinterest.
Was it the guy with the pots and pans, or was that yesterday?
That was yesterday. I did sunglasses today.
Oh God!
Caught him real quick. Speaking of punk rock, Brian, you have a song for us?
Yes. We are going to go straight into an old song by a band that really doesn't sound like this anymore. It's a band called the Hives, and they actually used to be a punk band. I don't know what they are anymore, but there's a song called Well, 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 which is a really good hardcore song, not like that disco crap that they seem to be doing now.
Hear this, hear this. Vic's gonna sing this new crazy record for us right now.
To all my friends, present, past and beyond, especially those who weren't with us too long. Life is the most precious thing you can lose. While you were here, the fun was never ending. Life a minute was only beginning. Captain Colvin Nichols, this one's for you! We'll be there, no hesitation. Brotherhoods are rule we cannot bend. When you're feeling too close to the bottom, you know who it is you can count on. Someone will pick you up again. We can conquer anything together. All of us are bonded forever. If I die, you die, that's the way it is. To all my friends, present, past, and beyond. To all those who weren't with us too long. Life's the most precious thing that you can lose. While you were here, fun was never ending. Last minute was only the beginning. Get on, Colvin, never this one's for you!
Okay, so that was Pennywise with Bro Him. And I think today, let's talk about one of my favorite things, cheese.
Cheese.
I am
Cheese whore.
I am to the point where I'm ready to have goats in my backyard so I can have fresh goat cheese whenever I want, pretty much.
There's a lot of good, I hear that Florida is good for goats.
Well, you know,
It's good climate for
hurricanes,
goats.
trailer parks, there's so many things seem to thrive here that you wouldn't think are... So I figured they'll fit in with my D's and the chickens.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
But with the trailer parks, wild animals just walking around, or not farm animals walking around wildly is pretty common.
That's what we get the trailer parks around Chicago. It's just chickens and dogs and cats living together. Mass hysteria.
And then you got the mullets. Those are the scariest animals of all.
Oh, man, that's right.
But,
Well,
but cheese, though, really is my favorite thing. And honestly, I think goat cheese really is my favorite cheese.
Have you ever made cheese?
I have not actually. When I lived in Colorado, they had B&Bs, like bed and breakfasts, that were super popular, where you come and you stay on like a dairy farm with goats, and they show you how to hand make cheese. Which, I mean, when you go home, if you don't have dairy goats, you're not making your own cheese. But it was a cool idea.
I've done it before. My little brother had got the kit or the whatever the things are that you need, and my dad knows a guy who's a dairy farmer, and so we went over to his place, and when he was milking the cows, we got raw milk straight from the cows, like 2 gallons of it, and made fresh mozzarella the next day, and it was so
awesome.
fucking good.
How long does it take?
It really doesn't take that long. You have to heat it to a certain temperature, and then you add the rennet, and then it turns into the curds, and you gotta. I mean, it actually took longer of a process like the first time doing it because we were like reading it, trying to follow the directions. Yeah, and then the next time we did it, it was a lot smoother because we kind of had the idea down. But it really doesn't take that long because there's a lot of just like waiting. But my problem was like out of the 2 gallons of milk, we got like not even a softball size brick of cheese. I mean, you throw out so much of the whey. I mean, it literally is just like the curds that melt together and form.
So it's like paper. It's like you need an entire forest to produce one notebook worth of paper. It's the same with cheese.
Yeah.
But can't you eat like the curds and whey? I mean, Little Miss Muppet.
I am a fan of the Tuffet.
I always thought that was like a real thing, like oatmeal, and I just had never, I don't live in
Tuffet. Does Tuffet mean ass? Does it literally just mean ass?
That's what I think it means.
I thought a Tuffet was a C, like a little footstool. Like.
I'm just gonna. That could be true, but until I'm told otherwise, I'm gonna just assume it means ass because that makes the story better.
Absolutely, she sat on her ass. Her name wasn't Little Miss Mass. But I saw a thing on the Food Network with this place making cheese out in California, and they actually recycle the whey in some way to feed it back to the cows.
Oh, okay.
So, but I mean, this was like professional, like the size of like their house. There's the vat of cheese that they're making, so they use a lot. But that was my only downside of it. I made it, like I said, with the raw milk, and I found a dairy. In Maryland, it's illegal to sell raw milk, so I just got like the freshest like dairy milk I could find.
Well, it's illegal here to sell anything for human consumption. When you go to farmers market, all the signs say not for human consumption. When I sell my eggs, they're not for human consumption. By law, unless I am approved by the FDA and I get someone to come in and inspect my chickens and my coop and verify how they're fed and whatnot, I can't sell them as edible for humans. That's
like a head shop selling bongs for tobacco use only.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh yeah, this is for tobacco.
You just go around well, and to be quite honest, in Colorado where weed was legal, you can't sell weed on the street. I can't go to a dispensary and then turn around and sell my dispensary weed. However, I can sell you a book of matches for $100 and give you a free 8, or whatever.
Nice.
But
there's always a way.
Yeah. Where were those Girl Scouts that were posted up outside of the? Right? That's a $500 box of cookies there.
That's like in college when you go to a party and they can't charge you for beer, so they're charging you for the cup.
Yeah. The red cup costs you $10.
Yep. But back to cheese.
Cheese.
There's so many kinds of cheese.
Dude, I live, living in northern Illinois, right by Wisconsin. It's Wisconsin really is made out of cheese. I mean, it's what it is. Like at the gas station just over the border, there's like a truck stop where I can get better cheese than I can at the Whole Foods by me. Like Wisconsin, they'll just give you cheese. Like when you cross the border, it's like, here's 10 pounds of cheese. Welcome to Wisconsin. No unions allowed. That's what they do.
It's like fireworks when you get to Alabama.
Yep. It is America's Dairyland. Well, what is like some of your favorite cheeses? I mean, I know like cheeses, different flavors go with different things, but like, what's one of the cheeses that you have, like you couldn't live without? Either of you. any of you?
Well, for me, blue cheese. Growing up, I was not very adventurous. So cheddar, pretty much, mozzarella. But I've got a friend who is also in punk rock foodies named Jeremy Shipley. If he's listening to this, shout out Jeremy. About a year ago, we were on a camping trip at a friend of ours owns some land, and we're in the front room. We have all our stuff outside, but it's 95 degrees, so we all are in the house. I walk into the kitchen, and everyone had brought some food, and he's putting a spread out of, I couldn't tell what it was, and the whole kitchen smelled like a corpse slathered in mayo. Like it was the worst smell ever. And I said to him, I said, "What is that you're preparing?" And it was just like a whole bunch of stinky cheeses, like the Roqueforts and things like that. Yeah. And he just had them all laid out, and I was like, "Well, I got to try it," and it was delicious. I mean, it's like the saltiest. I mean, it smells horrible, admittedly, but it's so salty, and you can taste the bacteria. And I know if you haven't tried it, it sounds bad, but I'm telling you, Roquefort is delicious. It's really good. You can spread it on. You can't really put it in a sandwich. You don't want huge amounts of it, but you put little amounts on like on some chips or something like that. It's really good, like little slices of it with some meat. But it's a snack. It's not a meal. It's not like mozzarella where you can just throw it on a pizza.
Yeah.
Pizza. Yeah, no, I think blue, like those stinky cheeses, if you will. I was never a big fan growing up. But then I discovered blue cheese with like really cooked red meat, and like just like as an appetizer, like a little piece of bread with a little piece of steak on there, and just a little bit of that crumbled blue cheese. Oh my God, that was some red wine. Oh,
yeah,
so good. I'm like, oh.
I never understood when I was a kid. I would see adults with their wine and their cheese, and I thought, this is the lamest. Is this where my life is headed? But then I got at a certain age and I tried it, and I don't even like wine, dude. I don't. But with some stinky cheese and some red wine, I can dig it.
My parents did that all the time. Like, my parents were have a martini and have an appetizer before dinner crowd. So, like, I grew up watching them have, like, charcuterie plates and wine and cheese and grapes and nuts and shit. And I gotta tell you, like, in college, not all the time, because, college was a little budget-friendly most of the time. But there were times when, like, nuts and cheese, I'm like, this is food. My appetizer is dinner. But, and I still, to this day, like, I have a thing of walnuts in the pantry right now, and even if I didn't have 5 good cheeses in there, I have like a block of cheddar and pepper jack.
Dude, what does cheddar not go with? Cheddar will go with anything, including chocolate, anything. Cheddar goes with anything.
The cheddar apple pies with cheddar. Have you heard that?
No.
That's like something new to me. Rachel and I were watching the Food Network, and literally in an hour on 2 different episodes, somebody was talking about putting cheddar in their apple pie.
On it? On the top?
Like, I don't know, but one they were mixing it with the apples, and one I think was in the crust. In fact, I think Shannon, when at Punk Rock Foodies Fest, I think her apple pies that she brought, I believe, had cheddar in the crust.
Interesting. I guess if it's like really sharp.
Yeah, I think it would have to be.
I do buy like the little veggie plates, and sometimes I'll buy like the cheese apple. Right. I mean, so I guess if that's the thing, I could see how. Yeah,
because if it goes with sweet, it does go with sweet. I just never really considered
grapes
it.
And yeah. I know. I guess that sounds like an experiment we'll have to do.
I do like experimenting things that I see on Punk Rock Foodies.
We'll have to talk to Shannon and find out what the deal is with those pies.
Shannon, let us know, Shannon. Cheddar's one of those cheeses that tastes just as good whether it's melted or if you just like cut off a slice. But there's some cheeses that don't, to me, like provolone, to me doesn't taste good until you cook it or melt it down.
I don't like provolone.
Melted provolone's good, but if it's like the room temperature or like cold provolone, I can't even eat it.
Yeah, if you cut it up, I agree with you, because like I think you have to like cut it up, do something with it. Like even if you just throw it in a salad, but then it gets that dressing on it. It gets a little bit of that.
I mix provolone when I make like a crazy burger. I'll put slices of cheddar and provolone and like a bunch of different cheeses, and it goes well with the other cheeses. But I don't know if I've never really just had just that. But I know if it's melted down, it tastes better. It's almost like it's not a stinky cheese, but it doesn't smell good.
Yeah, like I do like stinky cheeses. I don't like cheeses you have to shave. Like once you start to get into the really hard cheeses, then
Yeah.
I've kind of lost interest. Like Parmesan, anything beyond Parmesan, I don't like Parmesan to begin with, and then you start to get into the even harder ones, and then you're talking about plastic rinds.
If a big chunk of it can be used as a weapon, it's probably not. I'm with you.
Yeah, if you could use it as a wheel to replace if you lost a tire on your car.
Yep.
No, I'm not down.
Yeah, well, you know what? I found this cheese that just I think is perfect as a Dubliner cheese.
I think I've heard of it.
It tastes like a Parmesan, but it's not hard like a Parmesan. So it makes for a good substitute for I don't know, like on a like a pasta dish or something if you don't want like those hard crumbles. And it gets creamier. But,
that's a good thought. I've seen it in stores. I've never actually bought it. I wasn't quite sure.
It's got a really good flavor. It does. It's like a creamy Parmesan. It's really good.
Yeah.
I thought Dubliner was a beer.
And it's people from Dublin.
Well, Xander and I were talking about this off the air. Skate Rat, do you know the name of the girl? She's in Punk Rock Foodies. Whenever we talk about cheeses, she always chimes in. She is in charge at her local Whole Foods. She orders the cheese. I don't know. I forget her damn name. Her picture is her with a camera up to her face, and she seems to know a lot about cheese. What is her name?
Yeah, I know her. I met her at Punk Rock
Yeah,
Foodies.
she works. She orders the cheese. She knows everything about cheese.
Yeah, I'd have to look.
I know exactly who she is. I can't pronounce her name. Gabriel, Therese Gabriel or something.
That's who it is. That's who it is.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I remember seeing a bunch of her recipes. I think I've commented on her posts. I think she's commented on mine too. Yeah. Just 3 names, right?
No, just the 2.
Yeah.
That's not even a real name, but
Yeah. Whose is on Facebook? Brian, I'm assuming yours is. But
Brian Reinhardt and Steve
other than
Guerrero.
that, whose really is?
My last name is actually Tyrone Biggins.
All right, well, hey, we're going to go to a little break here, and when we come back, we're going to continue our conversation on cheese. Up next, this is Alkaline Trio with We've Had Enough. You're listening to Punk Rock Foodies Radio on punkrockradio.net.
In the shadows with their heads hang low, you hear voices as the wind blows, asking, can't you see? Reminding you to breathe, it's only time before it catches up. You and all your broken luck, I found a better way to get even with my man. I'm living on steady faith, kinda likes to restrict your breath. Never been a better time in this suffocating when it's on a bliss in a city. It's why there's so much shade. You see me rise above and take its place. The heart pumps until it dies. Drain the blood, the heart is wise. All my friends are put up. Hey, all my bones, no marrows in. All these fiends want teenage rage. All my friends are murdered. Quite like you, could shimmer and rot at the same time through. There's never been a better time in this end. Bite the hand out the frostbit evidence. All my friends are murdered. Hey, all my bones, no marrows in. All these fiends want teenage pain. All my friends are murdered. So here we go. All my friends are murdered. Hey, all my bones, no marrows in. All these fiends want teenage me. All my friends are He's gone away. He's gone away.
That was a song called Drain the Blood by a band called the Distillers. Love that song, love that album. If you haven't heard it, you should go get it. It's fucking awesome and brutal. And before that little break, we were talking about cheese, and we're going to continue with that. Everybody likes cheese. If you don't like cheese, you're an asshole. No, I've got friends that are vegan, but they're nice.
But you know what? I've tried the
vegan cheese.
I've tried the vegan cheese.
Is there vegan cheese?
There is, yeah.
What's it made out of? Angel farts?
It's
Not
I don't know, because that would be an animal product.
Yes, it would. That's true.
No, it's made out of oils. Chris Manning turned me on to, I think it's called Daya or something like that, D-A-I-Y-A. So I've tried the mozzarella and I've tried the cheddar. When I made my vegan burritos, I used the cheddar. It didn't seem to melt very well, but I had the avocado in there, which was creamy. It had a really good cheddar flavor, and then the avocado was creamy and it's kind of tricked my mind thinking I was eating cheese. And I've done the mozzarella melted very well. I made a vegan lasagna with it, and
so it's good.
That really did a good job. He claims that the cheddar does pass the nacho test. I never went back and bought it more to try it, but
the nacho chest, I like that.
Yeah, it does have a cheddar flavor, but I don't know. I need real cheese, and I can't just live on fake mozzarella and fake cheddar alone.
I have a hard time even saying the words nut cheese with a straight face.
It's like
having you tell me I'm going to put it in my mouth.
Nut cheese.
I did go somewhere where a girl took me to like a super vegan place, and I was like, yeah, totally, I will check it out, because I will eat just about it anywhere. And I walked in there, and everything was like $15, and I I didn't even understand what I was looking at. But I saw nut cheese on the menu, and I laughed, and I was like, ha, like they have a typo. And she says, no, that's... I eat that. And I was like, oh, you do? Oh, you do? I'm sorry.
I think nut cheese in your mouth should be our hashtag.
And I have to say, I tried it. I did actually eat it. And other, like, if you close your eyes, you can see how someone would say this is a taco. You know, because it had nut meat and nut cheese. But it was really like a lettuce wrapped with vegetables inside. So not a taco.
Rachel's sister was vegan for a while, and she would make like those Boca burgers, and she'd put slices of vegan cheese. And I think they were made out of rice or something. They didn't melt. It was like just like a piece of cardboard on top of this. I mean, I didn't try it. Maybe it was delicious. Then I'm pissing people off, but it just doesn't do it.
In a situation like that, the melting of the cheese is just as good as like the flavor. The texture is what you want. If it's not going to melt, to me that defeats the purpose.
Yeah.
But you know, what do I know?
Well, that's kind of the trick too. Like if you ever put like blue cheese on a burger,
Yeah.
like getting that to really get melty, unless you like shove it under a broiler or something. I don't know.
I never even get it melty. I put it on last, and it's hardly ever melty. But I use like I don't use like the creamy stuff, so it's hidden under the bun immediately.
Crumbles.
Yeah.
I've been making like spreads out of it. Yeah, you add like a tiny bit of cream cheese to your blue cheese, let it sit at room temp, and mash it around with a spoon. You can spread that stuff on just about anything.
Jeez, I want some of that right now.
Yeah, there's a place here. It's a landmark restaurant we have called the Ocean Grill, and they have, when you go in, they sit you down and they give you those the flat everything crackers, the little Jewish
Matzahs.
Yeah, and they have those and the pretzel rods, and they give you actual blue cheese crumbles, and then they have like a blue cheese spread that they're known for. And you know, between that and their blue cheese salad, I will straight out like OD on blue cheese.
There's a landmark restaurant by us with the worst fucking cheese ever. It's called McDonald's. It's the worst. And they put this weird orange substance on all their shit, and it doesn't taste anything like cheese. But they claim it's cheese.
So well known.
Yeah, I know.
I've never heard of them. Where did it pop up overnight?
It's new. It's new.
You should check them out on Yelp.
You know what? I worked at a restaurant in college. We had something called red blue cheese dressing. And basically what it was Russian dressing that we put blue cheese crumbles in.
Yeah.
Nice.
People loved it. And it's kind of cool. It's like red blue cheese. Like that doesn't make sense, but it works.
Russian is the Thousand Island, right?
Russian is the Thousand Island without relish in it or whatever the hell's in it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's ketchup and mayonnaise. That's what it is.
I bought a slice, like, you know, the triangle or whatever at the Whole Foods. It was smoky Gouda with cranberries in it.
Oh.
Yes.
Dude, it was unbelievable. I'm like, okay, that looks cool, so I'm gonna try that out. It goes so good. The smokiness and the sweetness of the cranberry, it was delicious. I ate the whole thing myself. I didn't even share. I just ate it like a sandwich.
There's a Chipotle one. Chipotle smoked Gouda. I get it for Mike. It's amazing.
Oh my god.
Really?
Yeah. And I'll put it on. I buy the blazing buffalo horse head, like chicken meat and stuff. I'll put it on sandwiches. Oh, holy smokes.
Wow.
I think I love smoked Gouda. Like, just that smokiness is so strong and so Gouda.
Sorry.
See, now you're making Wendy's jokes.
I haven't seen that commercial.
Oh, God.
Sorry. What's this Wendy's place you're talking about?
Yeah. Oh, it's another new place. It's another new one.
Smoked Gouda. I recently bought some just slices and was throwing them on stuff just for fun. Like, because Rachel likes grilled cheese sandwiches every now and then, and I'm sick of making them just American. You know?
Yeah.
Gouda can go on everything. Gouda goes awesome with everything.
Yeah. I just totally blanked on that question.
Must not have been important.
I guess not. Must
I
have been
put
about
feta.
cheese.
I put feta in my watermelon salads lately. I saw that somewhere online and tried it once. Mike didn't like mint, so I made it with cilantro, and so it was watermelon feta and mint, or watermelon, feta, cilantro, but really
Feta
good.
is underutilized. I love feta. I don't know how
Yeah.
we've waited this long to talk before we talked about feta. It is so good. Even when I was
So
younger and
universal.
didn't like crazy cheeses, I would eat feta.
Yeah.
I put feta in. I'll make cornbread. Just get like the Jiffy cornbread mix and mix it like I normally mix it. I throw feta in there and a can of green chilies, and that feta just gives it gives it a little different taste. And there's that it cooks so it gets a little creamy, and that's good with the green chilies. It's a nice little twist on just a basic mix of cornbread. You know.
That is good to mix with some peppers, like banana peppers, things like that. They're delicious. It'll like absorbs the heat.
I used to put it on. I worked at this one pizza place, and I'd get my lunch or dinner. I'd get it with grilled chicken, bacon, and feta on it, and that was perfect. The bacon flavor, and then that little bite of that creaminess of the feta with the chicken. Oh, that was a good fucking pizza.
And any kind of pasta salad you make, where you put feta in there.
Perfect. It
Yeah,
goes so
I'm down.
like I can't have it without that.
Yeah. Once you add the cheese in there, I'm like, oh, yay, angels are singing. And
Like you
now
don't go
it's like,
back.
now
It's like
party.
going black. You never go back.
Is that true, Brian?
It's true. All you white bitches are out.
Out of luck.
All right. Well, I know that we could go on and on talking about cheese, so this will just be episode 1 of cheese, because I'm sure we'll have at least 5 more. I mean, we barely hit the orange cheeses. We only talked about cheddar.
We should talk to Therese Gabriel at some point too, and see. She's probably got a lot of, and she probably knows shit stuff that we don't never even heard of.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Maybe on the next cheese episode. But we do have Sheena Kelly. Speaking of black people, is the
She's our
one of the-
honorary member, right?
yeah, she's the black person in the group.
Yep, she's like, she always says she's like the Highlander. If there's another black, they have to fight to the death.
But yes, punk rock foodie Sheena Kelly will be joining us for an interview. Talk about whatever. Doesn't have to be about cheese, but so that'll be after the break. And does somebody have a song, or I got one
Sure.
if you don't. Go ahead. Got one,
I got
Kira?
one. Sure,
Go
yeah.
ahead.
You know, I was talking with some kids the other day in Punk Rock Foodies about that old movie Repo Man. So let's play TV Party by Black Flag.
Yeah, old school.
Punk rock foodies radio.
Party tonight! TV party tonight! TV party tonight! TV party tonight! We're gonna have a TV party tonight! Alright! We're gonna have a TV party, alright! Tonight! We've got nothing better to do than watch TV and have a couple of brews. All our friends are gonna hang out here tonight. All right. We'll pass out on the couch. All right. Tonight. We've got nothing better to do than watch TV and have a couple of brews. Don't talk about anything else. We don't wanna know. We're dedicated to our favorite shows. That's incredible. Hill Street Blues, Dallas, Wednesday. We sit glued to the TV set all night and every night. Why go into the outside world at all? It's such a fright. We've got nothing better to do than watch TV and have a couple of brews. TV news shows what it's like out there. It's a scare. You can go out if you want. We wouldn't dare. We've got nothing better to do than watch TV and have a couple of brews. Don't talk about anything else. We don't wanna know. We're dedicated to our favorite shows. off my TV for a day, or even a minute. I don't even bother to use my brain anymore. There's nothing left in it. We've got nothing better to do than watch TV and have a couple of brews. Hey, wait a minute. My TV set doesn't work. It's broken. Hey, this isn't fair. What are we gonna do tonight? We're hurting. We've got nothing left to do. No TV and just a couple of brews. What are we gonna talk about? I don't know. We're gonna miss our favorite show. No! That's incredible! No! History food! No! Dallas! No! Insane! No TV party tonight.
All right, we're back here on Punk Rock Foodies Radio. I am Brian Reinhardt, and this week's interview is with a lovely lady named Sheena Kelly. Say hi, Sheena.
Hi, Sheena.
She's a smart-ass. Every once in a while, we like to interview people from the page, familiar names that you might see. So decided this week it was going to be Sheena, and I know some of you were saying, hey, that's your fucking girlfriend. That's right, but fuck off. I'm one of the admins, and that's what I get to do. So, welcome to the show, Sheena. Welcome to the Vicious Pig Saloon.
Thank you for having me.
Hey, no problem. I like having you as many times as possible.
Preferably later.
Yes, maybe later tonight. Drink up. So what we like to do is we like to bring people in, cheers, and have them talk about things that they've made, influences they might have. I know you well enough to know that your mom is from the South. Does that influence your cooking at all? Did you learn some things from Mom?
It definitely influences my cooking. My mom makes really, really good, fattening, rich, delicious things.
It's true.
And it's probably a good thing that I don't live with her, because then you'd be really into fat chicks.
Hey, some people are into that thing.
I know. I don't know. That might be your thing. So, I mean, let me know, because I will start packing it in, baby.
All right. Packing it in. Tell me more about this packing it in thing. Anyway, as we continue to flirt on the radio, so give us a couple things. Are there some things that you like to make, some simple things that you could share with everyone that someone can try at home?
Yeah, sure. Well, even though we were talking about influences being from the South and Southern cooking, I think probably a few people have seen me on the page mention our kids' food allergies.
Yes. Little T has one specifically severe food allergy, which would be peanuts.
Yes, the peanuts is awful, but we've since outgrown a few allergies. I think when people think of food allergies, they think, you're going to get a rash, or you're going to, get hives or whatever, but it's not like that. It's really serious and life-threatening. So, it changes the way that you cook. It changes the way that you eat out. And one of the things that I absolutely miss the most with his food allergies is he had a coconut allergy, and I love Thai food. I still can't go to Thai restaurants because of the peanuts, but my favorite thing was the mango sticky rice. And
I have had that. When you have made that, tell the people, because that is really good.
Yes. So our allergist gave us the go-ahead to try out some coconuts, and I was like, what the hell? I might as well do the one fucking thing that I haven't been able to eat in the last 4 years, and that is the coconut mango sticky rice.
All right.
So basically, it's really easy. You take 3 cups of sticky rice. If you live near an Asian market, make sure you get sticky rice.
Sticky rice.
Yes. There's also black Thai sticky rice that will do. If you don't live near an Asian market, I would suggest ordering it from Amazon.
Or move to Asia.
Maybe get some more diverse friends with some Asian parents.
You racists.
But, I mean, if you are scraping the bottom of the barrel and you're desperate, you can use instant rice. I would just suggest overcooking it and soaking it in the coconut milk for about an hour to get it nice and soft and mushy.
Okay.
So you want to steam the rice. If you have a rice steamer, that's awesome. I just boil it because I'm a basic bitch, apparently.
Yeah.
You want to use about 2 cups of canned or fresh coconut milk. When you open it, it is going to look like congealed crap. It's really gross when you first see it. But don't freak out. It hasn't gone bad. You just got to mix it up. You want to warm it on the stove, not boil it, just warm it, with about 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar and a teaspoon of salt. Once that has been on, medium heat, probably for about 10-15 minutes or so. Again, no boiling. You just want to let it sit to the side.
Just the coconut, or do you put the rice in there?
Nope. This is just the coconut milk, the salt, and the sugar.
Okay.
And it's gonna, mix together and make a nice flavor. And while that's sitting, you want to slice up your mangoes. And another thing that I would advise actually is cooking the sticky rice the day before. If you cook the sticky rice the day before, it's a little bit easier to work with.
Let it dry a little bit?
Okay. So you want to add a little bit of your coconut sauce to your rice, and it will stick together nicely. You pour your delicious sweet coconut milk on top of it and slice up your mangoes. Another thing to remember, mangoes, make sure you wash your mangoes. That is not code for something else, but you want to make sure you wash your mangoes.
But even if we are talking in code, it's a good idea to wash those mangoes.
Yes. Some people don't realize that mangoes have an enzyme on the skin that is very similar to poison ivy.
Oh.
And there are a lot of people, including myself, that are sensitive to that. And if you decide to eat directly off of the skin, or
get the skin off of there.
Get the skin off. Don't even try to eat the inside of it with the skin on it, because you will wake up with swollen red lips, looking like you just made out with.
That's horrible.
All of the New England.
I didn't know that. So mango skin is essentially poison.
Mango skin, it does. It's very, very similar to poison ivy.
So you got your rice, you got your coconut milk.
Yes.
And do you ball up the rice?
You ball up the rice, make a nice little ball out of it.
Okay.
And again, pour the sauce on it and garnish it with the mangoes, and you are good to go.
So it's like a dessert. It sounds really good. And I have had it, but for the people who are listening, it's a dessert. Correct?
It is a dessert.
It's healthy.
It's healthy.
Which is not something we normally cover on this show or on this page, but there is room for healthy.
I mean, it's a lot of calories, but it's from coconut milk, which is good fat. The mango obviously is fruit, and rice is I don't think I have to explain rice. And you can always garnish it with basil or fresh mint, which I like to get out of my garden. Isn't that right, Xander?
Got a garden, y'all.
My garden, because I know how much he loves to hear about my garden and my compost.
# garden.
Garden.
I do love compost.
I like that. That sounds good. Anything else that you like to something simple that you like to make for the kids?
Actually, one of my favorite things to make, and this is relevant because I don't normally sound like this. I'm a little nasally because I'm recovering from yet another cold. This is what happens when you have kids in preschool. They're just little disease vectors.
Yes.
Every time you turn around, there's some little nasty thing that's going through the household. So a few years ago, I was at a really incredible restaurant in Southern California called the Stango. And actually, through conversation, I discovered your mom has been there because she's from Southern California.
We would ask if Steve Guerrero's been there, but I don't think he only golfs and eats bacon. That's all he does.
Yes, he's a demon also.
Yeah.
We covered that. But this restaurant, this Stango, is phenomenal. And they have a garlic soup. And when I first saw it on the menu, I was like, hell no, I'm not eating garlic soup. That just sounds
gross.
Absolutely disgusting. But the people I was with was like, yeah, you got to try it. It's delicious, blah, blah, blah. So ordered the garlic soup, and it was so good. I couldn't stop talking about it. So much so that our server actually went and got the chef from the back, and he brought me out a copy of the recipe.
Wow.
Yes, which is phenomenal. And one of the things that I've discovered about the garlic soup is it is excellent for when you are sick. Because despite what people may see, it's a cream-based soup. You don't really have to worry about milk-based products and colds. That's an old wives' tale. But it is full of garlic, which is a natural antibiotic, and it will speed up the healing process.
All right. How do we prepare this?
Leave it to your girlfriend to nerd out on this shit.
Yeah. Start dating.
Okay, so you want to take 2 cups of garlic. You want to peel the garlic and blanch it. If you don't know what blanching is, it's real simple ass way to say pour some cold water over it and boil it so that it softens up and is not as strong of a garlic taste. It still has all of the benefits of it without killing all the vampires within 100.
Turns it down a little bit.
Yeah, it turns it down a little bit. So you want to just bring that to a simmer for about 5 minutes. You want to drain the garlic into a pan. And then you want to take a large potato, red potato or baked potato, either one is good. I kind of like the red potatoes, even though the original recipe calls for a baked potato. So 1 large potato, you want to peel that up, cut it, and then boil that with chicken stock, unless you're a vegetarian, which you would want to use veggie stock. You lightly season it with salt and pepper. One of the things I really like to use is white pepper. It changes the flavor immensely, and it maintains the color consistency without changing with,
Because when I've had it, it's essentially it looks like a white cream, like I don't know, I can't really explain it, but it looks like milk almost.
It does.
But it doesn't taste like it at all.
Right.
Obviously.
Right. And you don't want to mix the black and the white because we know how that turns out.
Nope.
No.
Every time, even in relationships.
Right. So you add the potato, the chicken stock, you season it, you want to bring it to a boil, lower the heat, and then just cook it until, potatoes get kind of soft. So at 15-20 minutes, unless you're in a rush, and then you just, burn down your kitchen. Mm-hmm. And then you want to pour in 3/4 to a cup of heavy cream. Heavy cream, not half and half. Go with the heavy cream. Don't worry about calories because this stuff is so fucking good. It's amazing.
You're making it because you're sick. You don't worry about it. You just want to get better.
Yeah, and it's good comfort food with all the cream.
Yeah.
So then you pour the whole thing into the blender. You blend it up. Scrape that last little bit from the saucepan into the blender because, to me that's the delicious part. Mm-hmm. And garnish it with whipped cream, like regular old, what's that stuff, whipped cream?
Ready Whip.
Ready Whip's fine, or I was going to say Miracle Whip, but please don't put Miracle Whip.
I guess you could try it.
That would be nasty.
Yeah.
But actually sweet whipped cream on top for the garnish, and then some chives and a little bit of additional garlic if you have it left over. And you are done. And I happen to have chives in my garden.
In the garden?
Xander.
Hashtag garden.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, I will say that I when we first started dating, she made some garlic soup for me one time, and it was absolutely amazing. Very, very good. It's not at all if you've never had it before, it's not at all what you're thinking. It's not overpowering. It's sweet and really good, and
it's got that really good mix of sweet and savory.
And if you got a rough stomach, it's something that you can keep down.
Yeah.
So, and that helps when you're trying to get nutrients and you're nothing but sick.
Although, if your illness is like food poisoning or something, digestive related, the garlic soup might not be the best idea.
Well, you can't even drink water at that point.
Yeah.
Believe me, I'm a guy who's had some food poisoning.
But when it comes back, it's just not going to be, going to be pleasant to burn.
But it is delicious.
Yes.
So if you're listening, if you want to try those out, you can always message Sheena. She is on our page. She is a member. So message her and she can help you out. She has posted these before. I think you posted the sticky rice once before. We'll do it again.
I did.
If you got any questions, send her a message. They're both very good and very easy to make. So that's it. Sheena, thank you for joining us.
Absolutely. Anytime.
She might poke her head every once in a while in the vicious pig. But anyway, we're going to go tend the garden, and that is not a double entendre.
No, it is.
It is a double entendre. All right, Sheena, say goodbye.
Bye, everyone. Thanks for having me.
I can listen to the records from my younger years, pacify my bitter ears, and revive the dead dinosaurs. Me and J-Mo rode 2 buses out to Rock Pile, sure to find a rarity and something to believe. But I can't listen to them now without mourning that small town and the mom and pops I loved. Once a missionary man, I age into obscurity with them. The Ramones are dead. You could judge a band by the cover, flipping through the bands. Should enough to take a spin. Are the lyrics big enough to see and read? Pull the record from its sleeve, spear the cut hole, arm at speed, plunge the needle, shaking like a drug fiend. Now brother been a kid somehow, reanimated sacred cow, but it all seems different now. It's far too easy to get anything in demand. I'll say it once again, the Ramones are dead.
Alright, that was the Ramones with Sheena is a Punk Rocker. Thank you, Sheena Kelly, for stopping by the Vicious Pig and giving us a couple of great recipes. Thanks, as always, to Brian Reinhart, Skate Rap Eddie, and Steve Guerrero, even though you weren't with us today. But we know you'll be with us many more cheese episodes. Speaking of cheese, the hashtag of the week is hashtag nut cheese in your mouth. So post any picture on Punk Rock Foodies and hashtag it with nut cheese in your mouth, and you will be entered to win a Punk Rock Foodies sticker pack. So it doesn't have to be a picture of nut cheese, it can be anything. Just hashtag it nut cheese in your mouth. And you'll be randomly selected. Some people. Check out Burning Rose Studios for all your graphics and video needs. Check out Betty Gear on Facebook. Don't forget, obviously, check out punkrockradio.net. That's where you're listening to us. And as always, check out Punk Rock Foodies on Facebook. Open group, come join us if you will. All right, Bone-Ape-Tit, everyone.